All right, guys, welcome back to another awesome dividend training. And today we're going to talk about KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer. And what KYC is, it's a protocol that we're implementing now into our portal, where now you'll have to get verification from the customer, whether means of scanning their driver's license, to be able to move forward with funding out an application. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this. The first way is going to be upfront when you run the application. And then there's going to be ways that you can do this on the back end also, let's just say in cases where you're not in front of the customer at the time you're running the application. We see a lot of companies that do things differently. Some are running directly in the home on the initial close. When they're in the home with the customer and they're getting ready to write up a sale, at that point they would scan the customer's driver's license just to verify they are who they say they are. But we also understand that there's going to be ways when you are going to be running applications when that customer is not present with you. And what I'm going to do is show you how you clear KYC in both of these situations. So right now we're back at the pipeline page, which is also what I like to call the home page. And this is where you're going to be able to start the process of running a new consumer application. So when I click new application, you're going to see that the verification pop-up window opens. We're going to use this sake of training because we are in front of a customer. We are in their home getting ready to close a sale, and we're going to go ahead and verify with their ID. So this is going to open up another window automatically, and this is where we're going to go ahead and start to begin verifying. When we click the begin verifying button, it's going to ask us what country do we want to look at this ID from. United States is what we're going to select because we don't do any loans outside of the United States. We're going to select that. You have a variety of different identifications that you can use to validate. Driver's licenses are the most common form used, so we're going to click driver's license. And at this point, if you're using your smartphone or your tablet in the home to run this application, you can simply ask the customer to pull out their ID and you can scan it directly into the software. For sake of training purposes, I'm going to upload the photo because I'm here in my office and I don't have a customer in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the front of the driver's license. So let's put that in there. We're going to use that photo. And then the back of the driver's license. Here's the back. We're going to put that in there. And then we're going to go ahead and use that photo as well. At that point, it's going to process the ID, scan it for the information. And then in just a few moments, it's going to let us know that we have passed the verification. So we're going to go ahead and let this do its job. Congratulations, you're done. That's a big woo-ha. We're going to click done. This is going to prompt us to go back to the portal. And as you can see, all the customer's information that was scanned on that driver's license will now be inputted into the application. And now you are all done with KYC and you are clear to move forward with the application after, of course, you put in their phone number and also the customer's email address. We hit continue application, and this will process us to prompt the page 2 of the application where we can then enter the size of the project, the type of financing plan that you're doing, and all the customer's individual financial information, such as their social security, their income, and also their date of birth. On the next video, I'm going to show you how to do KYC without scanning the driver's license at initial application. We'll see you soon. All right, guys, we are back at the pipeline page. We just went through the first round of KYC, Know Your Customer, when we did the driver's license scan at the application time. What I'm going to show you now is how we move through KYC without scanning the ID at the time of application and verifying that at a later time. So we are back at the pipeline page, and what we're going to go ahead and do is click on New Application because we are getting ready to process a new consumer app. The pop-up window for the Verify with ID will open, but in this case, since we do not have the customer in front of us, nor do we have their driver's license in front of us, we're going to go ahead and continue without verification. So in this case, we're going to go through the prompts and put in all the customer's information. The last time we just did this, everything pre-populated because we did put in the customer's ID. Since we did not do that this time, we will have to do this manually, which is no problem. We're just going to put in their address, name, phone number, email, make sure that's all correct. Continue with the application. It's going to open up page 2 of the application where we're going to put in the project amount. We're going to choose what type of project we're doing. So in this case, we are doing roofing. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. We're going to choose the finance option that we want to roll with. So this 15-year 8.9 looks good. 102.89 is their monthly payment. We're going to put in the application's annual income. If they have any household income, we are going to enter that to the right. We do need to know what their monthly mortgage payment is, last four of their social security number, because this is a soft pull. And then we're going to run through and put in the customer's date of birth. At this point, once all of that is complete, we're going to agree to the credit check, agree to the policy terms, and we are going to hit that blue button and submit that application. You're going to see the dividend wheel spinning, thinking for a good answer. You can see it didn't take that long. We are approved. So for the sake of training purposes, I'm not going to go through the agreements because most of y'all may already know what this looks like. But what I'm going to do is just go back to the pipeline page, pull this project that we just had, and you can see that there are stipulations required. I'm not going to worry about proof of income or proof of homeownership right now because those are explained in different videos. But what I am going to talk about is the KYC identity verification. So this is now going to be a stipulation that you will now have to complete, or your customer will have to complete in order to validate their identity. This is the process that's done if you do not scan the driver's license at the time of application. This will need to be verified at some point before the project is completed in order for you to receive funding. So you have a couple different ways to do this: email to customer or launch verification. Ideally, what you're going to be doing is emailing this to the customer, and then they're going to get a secure link sent over to their email where they can then open up and then scan their own driver's license and validate it. All right, guys, so at this point, what I'm going to do is show you what the KYC verification looks like from the customer's point of view when you are taking care of the verification at the STIP and you are emailing the secure link over to the customer for them to complete on their own. So I did a little screen recording on my iPhone just so you can see what that looks like. We can see the email just came in. We're going to open up that email, prompt open, see what the message says, and we're going to go ahead and start verifying. At this point, it's going to open up the begin verifying page with Dividend where the customer will click. They will select the United States, and then they're going to select their driver's license. And at this point, they're going to go ahead and take a picture of their driver's license, front and back. As you can see, I was a little jumpy on that first one over there. But once they collect both of the pictures of the front and back of their ID, then they'll simply just put those in there. We're going to go through the scan process of verifying everything. And you'll see in just a few moments, it's going to see that the verification is now done. So we'll let this do its prompt, go through what it's doing, making sure the ID is legible and it's readable. And we can see at this point that we are all done. So this is exactly what it would look like on the customer facing side. So I hope that helps out a little bit for any questions that you may have from what your customer sees when you click that email to customer button within your finance portal. Most of the companies that we work with and support, if they're not scanning the driver's license at the beginning, they're typically emailing it out to the customer for them to do on their own. You'll see that once that's been completed, you get the green check mark that the KYC identity verification has been cleared. Now, all you do is move through your regular process, get your doc signed if you still haven't. If you have any other pending stipulations, you do want to clear those up. But now that you know, if you're not scanning the driver's license at application, you can always do it on the back end by simply emailing a customer a secure link for them to scan in their own driver's license.